Thank you for watching my synthesis presentation over reading number 3. This is over the chapter entitled The Systematic Design of Instruction, written by Walter Dick and Lou Carey. The main point of this chapter is to introduce a new concept of systems design for instruction. It is broken into two main sections. The first is the components of the model, and the second is how to use the model which they present. Traditionally, instruction has been thought to mean a process that requires learners to acquire the content of text and retrieve it in order to pass a test. This is an instructor-centric approach and required that for instruction to improve, the instructor had to improve. The systems way of thinking says that there are several components, not just the instructor, that are vital to learning. Dick and Carey argue that systems are sets of interrelated parts and that the most easily understood systems are those that we create. Typically, instructional systems development designs are usually composed of 5 phases: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. Dick and Carey's model was heavily influenced by Robert Gagné and the work he did with behavioral and cognitive learning. In fact, Dick and Carey based their model upon a lot of theory, research, and practical experience from its application. They consider it a very valid tool for instructional design. Their model lists 9 components. First is to assess the needs to identify the goal, followed by conduct instructional analysis. This is followed by analyzing learners and their contexts, writing performance objectives, developing assessment instructions, and developing instructional strategy. Finally, we develop and select instructional materials, design and conduct formative evaluation of instruction, and then revise that instruction. It is important to note that there is no summative evaluation step in their component design. Summative evaluation does not usually involve the designer, so Dick and Carey did not feel the need to include it. The second section of the chapter outlines some ways in which the reader can use the systems approach model. This can be shown by answering 5 questions. What are the basic components of systematically designed instruction? For which instructional delivery system is the systems approach appropriate? Does the use of the systems approach imply that all instruction will be individualized? Why use the systems approach? And lastly, who should use the systems approach? Dick and Carey found that instructors who use their approach typically have 2 reactions. One, they begin to use components of the system immediately, and second, their approach to instruction never is the same because of the insights that they have learned. Designers are different than the instructors. They usually work as members of a large team creating instruction, and they have a heavy reliance on interpersonal skills. This model suits that perfectly. Dick and Carey created and formulated this model and published this book in order to share their knowledge with instructors and novice designers in both school and non-school settings. The only limitations on its use rest with the individual reader. Having been cited 4,000 times, it is a benchmark presentation on instructional design and has impacted thousands of readers, instructors, designers, and countless learners that they have influenced over the years. Thank you for watching my synthesis, and I hope it has helped you understand a little bit more of the systematic design of instruction as outlined by Dick and Carey.
Created using Powtoon.